Lights, Camera, Action. I'm Rahul.
Oh, I'm Eric.
I'm Julia.
I'm Ashley.
And we were talking about Arrow and Flash. But first, let's start up with Flash. What did you guys think? It was like the pilot, I assume, right? Yeah.
It was the pilot. It premiered, October 7th? On the CW at 8 o'clock. Would you consider it, a spin-off of Arrow, kind of technically, not really, or?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It's a separate, obviously a separate comic, but the show itself, Barry was introduced in Arrow back in season 2 of Arrow, and I think they decided from that to make a show of it, because the actor was really good.
Yeah, his name is Grant Gustin. For those of you who don't know, he's a guy in Glee. And
Is he from Glee?
Yeah, he's from Glee.
Simultaneously.
Hey, you can tweet at us at ATV and tell us if you like Glee. Thanks.
Don't do that.
There'll be a mom.
No kidding.
But no, Grant Gustin was very good as the Flash. I think he was a very good character. He was it kind of brought in a similar tone from Arrow, yet different in that it reminded me of, it's like, imagine if Arrow and the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies had a baby.
I can totally see that now that you mention it. I kind of see similarities between Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and this guy who plays Flash. I can totally see that.
Yeah. It's very lighthearted, right?
Yeah, it's more not as gritty, as dark as Arrow. It's like Arrow's better half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a brighter Arrow.
And you can see it's very lighthearted because, especially the part where he discovers the powers, that's very Spider-Man-y, I felt.
It even has touching moments that some people don't like.
Yeah.
Well,
I won't say some people, I'll say one person.
there's a scene at the end when he's with his dad, and he's like, "I love you, Dad." He's like, "I love you, son." And they do a Jane Tarzan hand touch, and I'm like, "What the hell is this crap?"
It's supposed to be more lighthearted. It's supposed to be more emotional.
Well, I know.
Not he's dead, she's dead, everyone's dead.
I know. Well, one criticism, more of an observation than a criticism, is that I noticed that the pace of the show was very quick. They really blew through all the points they needed to get through, which
Like the Flash.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, which I guess is indicative
It's faster than a bullet.
Yeah, it's indicative.
Okay.
I think it's indicative of the show because it is the Flash, and I can see why they did that, but in certain aspects I didn't like it.
Right. But yeah, it's only the pilot.
Didn't Arrow spend an entire season developing the entire character?
Yeah, they just did it in one
Yeah.
show, which...
You have to understand that when it comes to
I
superheroes
prefer
like
that.
this, it's all of them will kind of have a similar origin story. Oh, they have a shitty life before this, but something happens to them and it's better for them. And I think Flash kind of knew that and paced along. And it's and I feel they kind of also knew the pilot's not going to be that good, but it sets up for interesting stuff. And the fact that it's coinciding with Arrow and possibly other superheroes TV shows as the executive producer suggested, maybe it's let's bring something new.
And they definitely threw in a little bone to the Arrow fans in that little scene where Arrow's he's getting advice from Arrow. He's like, "I don't know what to do with my powers," and then Stephen Amell is just "You'll save the city in a flash."
That was the cheesiest scene of the entire thing.
Oh, no, it was
that
totally
was
cheesy.
at the high point of cheese.
It was all of the mozzarella cheese.
But personally,
Some cheddar as well.
I disagreed. I absolutely loved it. I'm just happy to see that the Flash is getting some love. It's just always kind of out there in the DC universe. It's either Superman or Batman, and Flash is just there. So I'm glad that, Arrow is just getting some love from the fans.
Yeah, exactly. That's what the TV shows are good for, right? It's the movies are focusing on the hard hitters, but the TV shows are actually doing better than these movies, right?
Yeah.
It's
in certain respects.
say what you will about these TV shows, but ultimately they are, I think people are talking more about these than Man of Steel or something.
I think it is nice that they introduced a new, comic book superhero into the mix, just because, like you were saying, sometimes you get sick of Batman all the time, Spider-Man all the time,
No, mostly Spider-Man.
Superman all the time.
Yeah.
It's all right, I'm already slightly,
Sick
we've
of
had
this.
this discussion real quick.
Yes.
I'm already slightly sick of the superhero phenomena, and I think it's nice that they're introducing more fresher storylines
Right,
with this
right.
new TV show.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's why Guardians of the Galaxy happened. That's why all of you are watching it. Because
Gotta to watch
it's
it.
something new, like Flash.
Yeah, if you watched our past review,
But-
you should have already seen it, if not watched it already.
Hey, I'll get to it this weekend.
So would you guys recommend it?
I would recommend it. I think that it's a show where I have to see a couple more episodes to see if I want to stick with it or not. I'll probably watch like the next like 2 or 3 episodes, and then after that, if I get bored, I'll be like, nah. But after that, if it captures my interest, I'll continue watching.
What do you think?
What do you think?
Okay, I'm a big Flash fan, so even this goes down the road of oblivion in terms of being really terrible, I'm gonna watch it anyways. But I did enjoy the pilot. I thought it was better than most superhero pilots that were shown. Again, especially Smallville, because that was awful. But
Hey!
I would definitely recommend it.
What do you think?
What I think, I'm in his boat. I love Flash. I love comic books. I'm glad that they're showing some more people some love it. So I would totally recommend it.
You heard it here, folks. You guys liked Flash. Go watch it if you haven't already. But something that most people have watched and are big fans of, Arrow, which ties into Flash. And they had their season premiere, season 3. 3 seasons, guys. Like, they're planning to cancel this season 1, but like they've been on the point.
Back with a vengeance.
They've always been on point, you know, like Eric, let's start with you. Season 3 premiered.
Alright,
Also no spoilers, don't not worry.
to try not to spoil anything as possible, I enjoyed it because I thought it was a little bit all over the place in the beginning. I didn't think that, I think it was just more so trying to find its footing as a premiere in the season, so it wasn't that bad. But they dropped a name, which was Ray Palmer, which is the Atom, or one of the Atoms rather, and that's a big deal. There's no hinting that he'll become the Atom yet or not, but I thought that still, without spoiling anything too much, is a cool thing that they're trying to establish more characters in the DC universe that are lesser known. And I definitely thought that a lot of the characters, all the development is still there, it's still working well, nothing's feeling too awkward or not. And it takes place, I believe, a few months after Season 2 ended. So there's definitely a lot that's going on that nobody's really familiar with, so they still have a lot of things that they can inform you about what went on during those few months during the season.
And I have to say, like, for a season premiere, like, usually, like, CW, they like to stretch things out because they had, like, 22 episodes, but this one was, like, really packed. I mean, more packed than, like, just like a generic AMC show. No, not AMC show. I mean, just like a generic CW show, Like, they really had a lot of character moments. Like, every single character got addressed, like, more so than season 2. Like, usually you have Felicity and Arrow talk it out, huge, and rest get sidelined for plot. But, like, this was everything, characters. It was all on them. And, I think it really just carries out the momentum that season 2 had. And I'm honestly going to say it's one of those shows that what our fellow co-star here, Julia, like I got it spoiled for her by accident just because of one thing that happened in Arrow. And like I have to say, like, Arrow has become like Game of Thrones in a way, where it's like you have to watch it because something big might drop.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, because like I was looking, I missed it when it was on live, so I was looking for it online, and I typed in like Arrow season 3 episode 1, and like one of the links was like blank
Goes blank.
blanks, and I was like no. And so I kind of found that out, which was kind of sad. But it makes for a very interesting twist at the end of that episode. Whoa. But yeah,
Twist you've never not seen. Ha!
but as in regards to Arrow, I remember when I started watching it, like season 1, it took me a while to get into it, but I feel like once you grow an attachment to the characters, which, I love Felicity now, and I really do like,
Diggle's my
Oliver.
boy.
Diggle, oh my god, Diggle. You really stick with it after that. I liked season 2 a lot, and the ending, I was like, I want more. It's like I binge watched it, and I was like, this is it. This is it. So I'm definitely glad that season 3 is back, and I think it has good promise. honest, I think they have a really good fan base now. Like you said, it started off, I don't think they really knew how popular it was going to be.
Right.
And it really has gained a lot of viewers, and I think that now that they know that, they put a lot more into it and make it an even better show than it was before. Not that it wasn't that good before, but there were...
It just keeps on getting better. Like Stephen Amell has always said, hey guys, this episode is going to be better than the last. And he's always kept his word.
Yeah, it's usually right.
Like
Yeah, he doesn't lie.
If you haven't ever watched the series before, just truck through season 1 because it's a bit dry and they try to find their footing because it's a new show. But by season 2, you can really tell they're finding their place. And by season 3, hopefully they just continue to go on that pace where everything just really molds well with everything else. And so far, it looks like it's going down.
And like, there's no reason you should not like be missing this show, because it's like everyone or your friends have Netflix, and they have both these seasons on Netflix. Like, granted, it's 48 episodes, and I'll be honest, there are a couple, in season 1 especially, if you see an episode and you're like, oh yeah, I know what's going to happen, most likely you can skip it. But I would say, if you go through a crappy episode, just watch the first 5 minutes, last 5 minutes, because most of the stuff happens then, right? Especially season 1. But season 2 really picks up and it's on point, and 3 carries it. So.
And I would say, even as a person who, I don't really read comic books, and I guess I miss references sometimes, but even as a person who comes in fresh-faced from all that, I like the show a lot. And I think, for those who are in the same boat as I am, you still will enjoy it, even if you're not familiar entirely with the background. They do a good job of summarizing everything, and
Yeah, exactly. And I think these TV shows are great because it's like each episode is like a new issue of a comic book.
Yeah.
And on that note, tune in. Next episode, we will be talking about Star Wars stuff. What will it be?
It's Rebels. It's Rebels.
Lots of Rebels.
We'll see you soon.